Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live. It is me, Joey P. Joe Pizza. With me, of course, is the Welsh. And it's you, the Peanuts and the Cracker Jacks, on a Wednesday. My days are all screwed up because we had the off day on Monday. I don't know what day it is, but Welsh, how'd you play today? How was the wind? I see you're just off the golf course. Did you have a little cigar on the back nine? How was it?
I wear polo one time, and it's like, oh, Mr. Fancy Bands. Did you go and play nine? Did you go and play Pinehurst? It's a polo. It's polo, guys.
Are you a golf guy? You live in Arizona.
No, not at all. I played like 3 or 4 times in my life. Not very good. I can hit an iron. I can't hit a driver. Can't even say it.
There was a 4-year window where I played a lot and I got pretty good, and then I had kids, and then that was it. And I've never played since. And I kind of miss it. I kind of like it. But maybe that's retirement, right? That's what you do. Not that I'm ever going to retire. That's not going to happen. But
well, you got to get a polo first. You can't play golf apparently
true.
if you don't have a polo.
See, I have all the polos. The problem is not the polos. That is a specifically Nike-driven golf polo.
You're not wrong.
Like, that's not as our producer Seth put it. The dry fit is what Welsh is rocking today.
All of these things are correct.
All right, let's get after it, everybody. And remember, we only got a couple days left for the Jose Ramirez jersey. We're giving it away here. If you want to get it, subscribe to Fantasy Pros MLB on the YouTube. Drop your comments below and ring the bell till it goes ding. And it's from pristineauction.com. It's a great place to go get stuff for Father's Day too. You got stuff as cheap as $50 on there. You get a really nice thing for dad or for yourself or the man in your life. So go ahead and check out pristineauction.com and go get that Jose Ramirez jersey too. Welsh, let's just dive right in today because Elly De La Cruz was a player I feel like we were just talking about, saying, we haven't had one of those signature Elly hot streaks yet. I think we might be starting to get one. 2 for 4, a pair of solo homers yesterday against the Royals. Welsh, is it Elly time finally?
It's really funny that we are doing this because I did like an extensive just trying to look through the profile. We're not going to get everything, we want out of, like looking at Savant, but just going through from obviously like the normal hitting metrics to deep down. And I'm just not sure if there is something to pinpoint the is Elly taking a step back or is he ready to take that big jump up? I think Elly just might be this version of Elly where what you're alluding to is like, he's just going to go through some runs. He's going to go through some streaks. Like he's barreling at the best rate he has. He's hitting the ball as hard as ever. Hitting hard hit rate is up there. Strikeouts are down a tiny bit. He's really struggling against breaking down type, so split fingers and change up. So that type of breaking pitch where it's going to come up and back down sides, sliders and stuff, maybe he's getting to. But again, you look through across the board, it's just kind of Elly. And I think that's going to be what Elly is like, you're going to have a month where it's you're going to have these big explosive months. Currently, you're saying, is it Elly time? He's at only like 220 something. But he's got 6 homers. So he's loud with those counting stats. And I think that's what makes him so unique. He might be one of the most movable roto versus head-to-head guys in fantasy. That discussion we always have where it's like, at the end of the day, you get your stats, blah, blah, blah. But if you get a guy that is just going to just accumulate stats on a weekly in basis, like that is really, really great and is an extra boost for a head-to-head. He might be a guy that is, maybe he's more deserving of being like 8 or 9 in the ranks for roto, but maybe he's a top 3 or 4 guy in head-to-head because those explosive weeks can change absolutely everything.
The stolen bases.
The stolen bases, the homers. But I'm still a huge fan of Elly. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of progression in his game, despite some of these struggles. He's kind of continuously changing his stance a little bit. He's hitting the ball really hard. He hasn't gotten in the air as much. I think all those things can continue. So I'm like just still a long-term firm buyer, but maybe there's a tiny bit more value in head-to-head over roto.
Shohei Ohtani hit his 20th homer and 2 walks yesterday, so he's on fire as well. Great performances yesterday, including Carlos Rodon, 7 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, and a win over the Angels. But Luke Weaver was unavailable last night. So they turned the keys over to Devin Williams, who gave up 2 runs. He did hold on to the save, but it was by the hair on his chinny chin. So Luke Weaver might have gotten off last night, but I don't think he's getting off that closer role anytime soon, Welsh.
This is what we were waiting for, to see, hey, he's going to get that gig. It might happen. unfortunately, yeah, I don't think he's going to be getting that either anytime
Gave up
soon.
a solo homer, then 2 hits after. Like it was, it was one of those moments where you're watching it in the fantasy community, go, okay, here we go. Can Devin Williams lock it? If it was a 3 up, 3 down, and he looked great, you'd hear today all the chatter, go get Devin Williams. He's going to be back. I don't see that happen anytime soon. I mean, we're talking months now, like not weeks. I'm telling you,
I will say,
implode or get hurt at this point.
One thing, like it is so key in that managerial world where they're going to be like, well, he did give up those runs, but if you saved it, they'll look past all that stuff. Oh, you overcame adversity. So as much as we're saying this, I legitimately do think you will see another save opportunity in the near future, but it's going to be key if he can have them clean whatsoever. So I still think Weaver's got that gig for another month or so. And really the prediction we set on this show, the minute Devin Williams lost that gig is like living correctly. Like, hey, Luke Weaver's going to have more than a month plus worth of value. So that's why you needed to go and pick him up. It's just Devin Williams is making it easier for him to hold that gig the rest of the year right now.
Well, Luke Weaver is making it hard to take it away. Let's give him some credit too. He's been terrific, and he's done it in the postseason. The last time we saw Devin Williams in the postseason, he was giving up a big home run to Pete Alonso. Let's not forget that. He's like Brad Lidge syndrome, man. Sometimes guys just get lit, and then they're never the same guy again. And I'm just saying. Spencer Strider, 4 2/3 yesterday in a spot against the Philadelphia Phillies, struck out 7, walked 4, so location's still a bit of an issue there, and also location of a fastball that went right into the elbow of Bryce Harper. Now, x-rays were negative, but he was in a lot of pain. He came out of that game. I don't think we've gotten any updates today on it, but I'd be shocked if he was in the lineup today, despite the fact that he's a tough guy. I just, this was a scary moment, but it seems as though he's avoided disaster.
Yeah, and 2-pitch pitchers like Strider, you got to have them both going. He had a 26% zone percentage on his slider, so it was only getting to the zone a quarter of the time, which will never work. I mean, to be fair, you could have like his fastball, 61%, he's getting it there. There's a little bit less juice on it right now. You can have that zone percentage hover around like the 40 range or high 30s, but like what I'm getting at is he just didn't throw it for strikes. He had 3 called strikes on it, 6 total whiffs, had a 27% CSW percentage, and he was trying to live off the fastball, which didn't work. Just doesn't look quite right now. He doesn't have the command. He doesn't have the feel, and that could be just all these missed games. So something to keep an eye on. I would still probably put him in the buy territory, if you can stomach a few more games here, but I also think we should be prepared that like maybe he's just not going to be as right this year, but he was getting Ks and stuff like that. But, hitting up top on Bryce Harper, those are those little warning signs we need to pay attention to.
Yeah. Also pay attention to the other videos on our YouTube channel. You know why? Because yesterday, the trade video we put together, and Jack Flaherty was on it. And guess what? Jack Flaherty, good night for him. 2 hits, 1 walk, 6 shutout innings. Also in that game, Logan Webb, 10 strikeouts, so he was on the wrong end of that. But Flaherty, outstanding yesterday, no doubt about that. Also, Raleigh with 2 homers yesterday. He's having a great season. In that game, too, for the Mariners, Logan Evans, one of your guys, Welsh, that you've talked about on the show, probably his best performance of the year. 1 run, 4 strikeouts, 8 innings to win over the Nats. So what'd you make out of Logan Evans yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's not even debatable. It was absolutely his best outing here, and he's proven to be able to eat some of those innings up. He doesn't get whiffs, though. He had 5 total whiffs in that game, so something to just keep an eye on that, he's a guy that's going to be able to push innings and eat innings, but he's just not a big strikeout guy. It's funny enough, I'm looking here. He threw 6 different pitch types. 5 of the 6 induced a whiff, but it was all just 1. He had 1 whiff on those pitches. So he hits the zone. Every single pitch was 50% or higher in the zone. So he pounds the zone. He's going to try to go for some weaker contact. And he is 8 innings. There's actually a bunch of hard hit on him, but doesn't walk. He's going to eat up those innings. Kind of Bryan Wu-esque, maybe. There's a little bit of that organizational thing that's pushing, but I think, he's got that like back of the bench spot starting. This was a really, really encouraging match against, a Nationals team that can get some hits, but he is not a strikeout option. So he really has to go deeper into games to keep providing that value. And he's got the best closer in baseball behind him, and Andres Munoz, thank you very much, who has a million saves and doesn't give up runs, and he's incredible.
Yeah,
and I probably
we were on that Munoz train years ago. It just took a little while for it to really get on the track. By the way, shout out to Ryan, loves the dogs. What a transition. More like Joey MVP Zapia. See, that's a much better nickname than that other one you tried to saddle me with a couple weeks ago.
Which
Don't
one?
like that other one. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, you
I don't even
know.
remember it. I don't even remember it. As soon as I remember it, I'll have a great time, but I don't even
It has
remember
to do with a lowercase letter in the alphabet.
Still don't have
nothing.
it.
Wow.
You say it?
Welsh. You had too much sun on that golf course today.
Hey,
Hunter
it's me, Loey T, Joey P. Who is that guy with the hair, though,
8
too?
strikeouts for Hunter Brown yesterday, so bounce back for him. Also, 4 for 4, big day for Jose Altuve, who had been, kind of sluggish this year. 2 homers for him, 3 ribbies, so nice to see a good day from Altuve. Also from Christian Yelich, too. Another guy was just on one of those trade videos, too, we were talking about. Big walk-off grand slam. His first walk-off homer ever in his career, which is pretty cool. Christian Walker, a home run. I'm just putting it in there because we don't see it very often. And Jordan Walker, so this is the Walker and Walker section. If you call them, if you have any sort of injury issues, you can certainly call Walker and Walker and see what they can do for you. 2 for 3, a triple, RBI, 2 runs yesterday. So obviously it's been a slog for Jordan Walker, but this is a very good sign. And lately, he's hitting .360 with a homer, 2 doubles, and 7 RBI in his last 9 games. So maybe he is turning out of the tailspin, Welsh.
Maybe it just took 2 months. Sometimes guys just take 2 months into the season to have a little bit of a run. All I can think about, by the way, is I can see Jordan Walker and Christian Walker just like backs to each other. There's a car in the background, and it's just like Walker and Walker is the way to go. And I'm just thinking,
have you been injured in a slip or fall? Call us at Walker and Walker. We will take care of you.
We have you covered on the bases. Walker and Walker.
That's right. I love. There's nothing.
Hit a home run with us. That's what it would go. Yeah. So Jordan Walker.
Let's designate you for cash.
Don't let anyone steal your base. We will bring them home today. Walker and Walker.
Let us handle your cash considerations today.
You're out, but you are in.
To be named later.
We can keep going with the commercial like all day long.
There's part of me that just kind of wants to do the whole show.
The entire show. We're gonna need AI art. We're gonna need different versions. So just putting it out there. Yeah, I'm still super skeptical on Jordan Walker because I think I was so in on him this season. Hey, all the things are gonna work. It's gonna be so good. I'm really encouraged that things are ticking back up a little bit. He's hitting 222 though in May. Mm-hmm. That's where it's ticked up to from 187. Things are kind of down in general. Strikeouts are up. Last 9 games rostered.
So he's been dropped everywhere. So also dropped, but sometimes a dancer gets another opportunity. Sometimes you stay too long at one club. It's just not the same anymore. You got to move. So Genesis Cabrera elected free agency yesterday, and apparently now is going to have an opportunity to sign with the Cubs. It seems like so.
And this is how they paid him in his contract. They went Genesis Cabrera.
Genesis Cabrera. Pour some sugar on me when you need more love. Yeah, we love Genesis.
That's a signing bonus.
That is a signing bonus. Let's get to the rookie Lookie. Matt Shaw, walk-off ribby single, so he's been solid since the call-up. Also in that game, Cade Horton. I saw people in the chat, the Peanuts and Cracker Jacks, talking about Cade Horton. No decision against the Rockies, boo, but 6 strikeouts. You better have strikeouts against the Rockies. Just 1 walk, 1 run. A solid performance from Cade Horton. Also, Marcelo Meyer, 2 for 3. So he came up. First game was not good. Bunch of strikeouts. He looked terrible. Probably just forcing it. But since 5 for 11 with 2 doubles. And today, Welshie, he's playing third base. How about that? How about them apples? You excited about the position eligibility there? Meyer can play short. He can play second. Now he's playing third. I love it. He's like Bugs Bunny.
Got to ask somebody to do it because we know there's one person they can't ask to do it. But this is the reason why he was coming up. It was that position flexibility that he could move around. And, I still have questions because the big thing over the last 2 weeks has just been about, fantasy viability. And I kind of think he's living up to what it is. You're going to hit lower in the lineup. You're going to make some contact. You're going to get some hits, but he's not a loud counting stats type of guy. He has no homers, no stolen bases. I'm not sure that's going to continue, but the encouraging stuff are he's not striking out. He's walking a bit and he is hitting 333. So there is some side deeper league fantasy value in it. I'd rather have Meyer than I would Jordan Lawler. Getting a lot of Jordan Lawler questions. People are like, hey, what should I hold? Not really. Like Torey Lovullo has completely screwed up that situation. So in the ring of these young guys, like, I don't know if Meyer's going to be more of like a points leaguey type of player, but I think it's going to be some categorical stuff. I'd rather have him than Lawler right now. And the position flexibility might be pretty nice if he gets all these games.
Did you say in the rang of these guys?
Yeah, like in the realm.
Well, there's a realm and a rank. Did you make them one thing?
No, I didn't say rank. The rang. It's a word. It's a word. Look it up. Go look it up right in the show. Oh, you can't? All right, let's move on.
Oh, I can. And rang is going to be
like in the realm.
Yeah, the realm is one thing. Rang, the definition, and I could use it in a sentence, call by telephone or to make a clear, resonant, vibrating sound. So
that's what I was trying to say. In the vibrating sound, the vibration of it. Vibrating.
Yes. Okay. Nick Kurtz is vibrating all the way to the IL. Oh, this is why we can't have nice things. I hate everything. He's hitting home runs all over the place. He's smoking hot. What happens now? He has a hip flexor strain. So
Kurtz or Meyer.
What do you in just like in a vacuum rest of
season? Yeah, in a vacuum. Like Kurtz is on the IL right now, or Marcelo.
I'm worried about the hip flexor thing. I think it's gonna be multiple weeks, so I'm just gonna take the guy that's playing. So I'll take Marcelo Meyer, and I don't think he's as good as Kurtz potentially upside wise, but I'm worried about 2 to 3 weeks at least, maybe a month. So now you're going to the waiver wire to pick up Carlos Santana or some other jabroni from the waiver wire to play first base, and this is miserable. I hate it. I hate it so much. The only thing that makes me feel better is when people cheer things like Van Rod cheering 30 bits and Life or Death, giving out a 1-month tier 1 sub to Ryan Loves the Dog for his lovely comment today. I love it. I love the peanuts it's the only thing that keeps me grounded in life. I got to say, when I have this kind of rage, it's the peanuts and the Cracker Jacks, and also Pizza Pia and Welsh LLP. We are here to help you get what you deserve.
Don't take another bad call anymore with Walker and Walker. We got you covered in the outfield and the infield.
What's it like in Arizona too? Because I imagine the one thing I did notice in Arizona when I was visiting you a couple weeks ago was the amount of billboards for injury lawyers.
Oh my God.
I couldn't believe every other one. And they're all these smarmy, slimy looking people on
every single one of them. It's go Ravi, go Ravi. They all have like
I saw the Ravi.
I saw
the Ravi one.
It's all just it's the worst scum. It's just what is it? Ambulance chasers.
So what are like local commercials like in Arizona? Like it's just completely all over the place. Because in New Jersey, they're all like.
What do you think? They're like stereotypes? Or like all sitting on a cactus?
Because in Jersey, we know what the stereotype is. It's like, come to Louis Figueroa's Chevrolet. I got all these cars over here. You want to drive this car or that car or this car? Huh? I got a deal for you. That's pretty much what they're all like.
They're all like shameless car salesmen. Like you go to a car dealership.
Are they like Western themed? Like what's going on out
again? That's like you think they're like on a cactus with a cowboy hat. They're like, go on out. We're gonna get you money.
If the 10-gallon hat fits, why not?
Yeah, maybe. Not really. It's not a lot of cowboy hats out here. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, it is a little disappointing. Not disappointing, the 3 up and the 3 down. Lawrence Butler, 3 for 3. He's eating up. Ooh, he was another guy from our buy low a couple weeks ago. That was like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago to buy Lawrence Butler. Yeah, baby. Julio Rodríguez, 3 for 5 with a homer and 3 ribbies for him. And Bryan Reynolds, 4 for 4 with a 3-run bomb, 2 runs scored, a walk. The breakout from Bryan Reynolds is today's subject of chasing challengers. That's right, because Microsoft, just like the athletes who push boundaries and redefine what's possible, and business decision makers today are turning their attentions and their opportunities to the challenges facing them. And Microsoft meets you where you are with tools and guidance to help you make an impact with safe, secure AI solutions. So whatever challenges you're facing, Microsoft empowers you with the expertise to say, bring it on. And in this segment today, we're going to talk about the challenges of being patient in fantasy baseball, especially when it comes to really solid players. Bryan Reynolds, you can put it in ink. 24 homers, 10 to 12 steals, 265 batting average. Just put it in ink. Every single year, you know the player you're getting. And then sometimes baseball happens and it gets weird out there in the baseball streets. And for some inexplicable reason, guys like Bryan Reynolds, who you can set your watch to, just stop hitting. And then it snowballs into confidence and other issues. And a night like tonight, gives you a big sigh of relief because you have to be patient when you have good players like Bryan Reynolds, who historically show up and play the back of their baseball cards. So if you listen to the show and you bought low on Bryan Reynolds, good job for you. And if you sold them off cheap, I have to question, what shows are you watching? Stop watching those. Watch leading off instead. And that is today's Chasing Challengers segment. Remember, Microsoft AI solutions empower you to take bold steps and new ideas to help drive your business forward. With Microsoft as your trusted partner, you can navigate your journey with confidence, finding innovative solutions and reaching new possibilities. Visit Microsoft.com/challengers to learn more. That's how it would be in local, I would say. I love the owners of local places that have the guts to go on local television still in this day and age.
Do you like the guys
hire some local actor, but no, they go out there.
But do you like the guys that lean into the weird, or the goofy?
100%.
Okay, well, I don't know. I want like a genuine like weirdo. I want to know like, oh, this guy's a weirdo. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, I don't know if it was Crazy Eddie back in the day when I was a kid in New York. Do you know who Crazy Eddie is? So Crazy Eddie had an electronics store, and he was crazy, and he would scream at the camera, and he had the biggest dentures you've ever seen. He was exactly what you picture. Google Crazy Eddie, and you're gonna see the picture of this guy, and he would wear these loud plaid jackets, and he would scream, and in the background he had televisions and stereos. I'm Crazy Eddie, and I'm giving him it was the.
I will say
that guy was the greatest.
If you want a great time, and we did this one time on ITL. Where you just search like local, like best local lawyer ads. There are some guys out there. They do like movies. They've done full on 3-minute movies that have nothing to do with them being a lawyer, and they're telling stories. And at the end, they're like, "We got you cut." Like it is pretty incredible if you find local lawyer ads and just lose your day. It's a great time.
I think that's what I'm going to do this afternoon, right after this show is over.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some more baseball. We had the ups. Let's get the downs because, we got to be real. Keep it real. Stephen Kolek, 6 runs, 3 strikeouts. Welsh told you don't do it. Hope you listened to Welsh. Aroldis Chapman, first blown save of the season. I'm not panicking. It happens. It was bound to happen. But Max Meyer, 6 runs for him. He's had a bunch of starts lately that have been clunkers. 5 earned, 4 earned. The game log has not been good. So what's happened to Max Meyer? No strikeouts, by the way, in this game for him too. 3 1/3. Are we worried about an injury here, or is just the league just starting to adjust to him?
I think this might be the league adjusting to him because you look too, and like his fastball is up, his slider is up, he's throwing them harder. His fastball's it's actually weird because his slider, which he throws, is the primary pitch. It's not getting hit as much as it has in the past, except here it is. 93.5 exit velocity, 6 miles an hour harder on average. That slider's being hit. And I wonder if like he's not changing the pitch mix enough because he's actually, now I'm looking, he's throwing it a little bit less than last year, but he's throwing in the changeup. He's throwing in the sinker, which none are really whiff pitches right now. He has one pitch that has an over 20% K percentage. It's the slider. Everything else is under 20%. And as a matter of fact, his four-seam fastball and sinker under 10%. So he doesn't have an out pitch. So this is what I'm getting at. He doesn't have an out pitch. He's trying to pitch to a lot of contact, and it's not working. He's given up almost 10% barrel rate. Ks are down. Walks are around 7%. Expected batting average 263. I don't know. Like we need a pitch mix change where we can get some more whiffs because there's no real good whiffs that are coming out of this stuff outside of just one pitch, the slider, which is getting hit really, really hard right now.
Yeah, it's just funny to watch him unravel now after a good start. And it was so good if you look at April, a 3.18 ERA his first 6 starts. His last 5 starts, a 6.31 ERA. Yeah. And the strikeout, check this out too. For those first 6 starts, 34 innings, 47 strikeouts in 34 innings, 11 walks. The last 5 starts, 16 strikeouts in 25 innings. So
the league adjusted. They're not eating at the slide because he's a primary slider guy. They're not eating at that. Difference. And that fastball has 0 whiffability. So like if guys start laying off of the slider and then you've got to rely back on 2 other pitches, by the way, that a sinker and a fastball that have no ability to get past anybody, whether it is the distinctiveness of it or the shape of it, and guys are hitting it really hard, like you got to figure something out. You got to make some other change. And last year he was really primarily just a 3-pitch guy. He was a slider, four-seam, changeup. This year he has 5 pitches he's throwing at least 10% or more of the time. But none of these additions are really, not only are they not strikeout pitches, they don't induce any whiffs. Like it's just, there's got to be some organizational change, I think, to some of that stuff. But he can get back to being maybe like a high 3s ERA guy. This 6 ERA in May is a little bit like not realistic. You know, you had 3.5 last month. But I also think it's making him kind of like a pseudo fantasy redraft option right now.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the injuries. There's a lot to talk about. Before we do, my playbook, don't forget, if you're trying to manage your lineups, figure out all these injuries and what's going on here and these bad performances, you need my playbook to get the right lineup in, the right guys in, the wrong guys out, help make better decisions, manage your lineups, and win your leagues. Import your team today and get custom fantasy baseball news, rankings, and analysis. Sync your leagues for free. That's right, free. I'm crazy, Joe. I'm giving away free syncs. FantasyPros.com/MLB My Playbook, or download the Fantasy Baseball My Playbook app. All right, injuries. Let's get to Nady Eovaldi, who left the start with triceps fatigue, which apparently he had been battling for a little while here. And he said he could have finished. They didn't want him to finish. Keep an eye on this. Kumar Rocker is starting his rehab assignment. So if Eovaldi goes on the IL, I'm sure that's the move they're going to make. Bryce Harper, we talked about him earlier, but just to reiterate, right elbow contusion, x-rays negative for any fractures. So it's a good news. So I imagine a day off, maybe 2, because he was in some serious pain. Logan O'Hoppe back yesterday after clearing concussion protocol. That's good to see. Aaron Nola expected to play catch yesterday, so we'll get news on how that went today. Justin Verlander, 40-pitch bullpen session on Thursday, and Richard Fitz returned. That's right, our boy Dick Fitz. 3 scoreless innings. Not bad against the Brewers there, but a limited outing. Not as long of an outing for Dick Fitz as we would have hoped. 3 innings, probably not quite the performance you're looking for, right?
He just didn't last.
He just didn't last as long as you wanted him to.
If the dick fits, you must have quit. Walker and Walker, here for you.
Max Scherzer is scheduled to face hitters this week. Oh, sure he is. Sure. Here's my thumb up for Max Scherzer. There you go. Logan Gilbert will begin a minor league rehab assignment this week, so that's good news. So is Bryce Miller, throwing a bullpen this coming week as well.
His looks a little dicier. Just going to point out, like he's talking, he had like some bone spurry thing that I think they took care of. Yeah, Bryce Miller.
Yeah, it is looking, a little bit.
His looks a little dicier than Logan Gilbert. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Shout out to Nuckin for resubbing with us here on our Twitch, twitch.tv/fantasypros, where you can watch us live every single day. Come join the show. It's fun. Mike Trout took on the field batting practice. This is like the most torturous update every day. It's like Mike Trout looked at a baseball yesterday. Today, Mike Trout thought about running. It's almost like
Mike Trout ate a Nutri-Grain bar
like
and then he threw 3 baseballs.
Jack Handy. Remember those Jack Handy things
from
SNL back in the day?
Deep
That's
thoughts
what it feels like.
with Mike Trout. Yeah.
Oh, God, it's torture. Jazz Chisholm is actually going to start a rehab assignment this week in Double-A Somerset, around the corner from my house. Will I go see him? Probably not. It's cold and rainy this week.
You know, I would go be. Hey, you could probably use another best friend.
Well, I'm still behind you.
Get a best friend.
We had that leaderboard, like the home run board for Welsh's best friends in baseball.
We actually talked about that. I talked with Callie about that some time ago. I haven't made any new best friends recently, but we were going to look and maybe sort out the 2020. I don't know if it should be all time or this year, but the best friends of Welsh, which would be a very extensive
That's an off-season show if ever there was one. Yeah. Corey Seager will be activated from the IL Wednesday, today, actually. So hopefully over under how many games before he gets hurt again. I'm going to put it at 28.5.
Oh, so like a month or so.
20.5.
I'm going to say he holds it through past the All-Star break, but I guess it would be over under 0.5 IL stints rest of season.
That's the one. Michael crushing it. Kenta Maeda is Welsh's top 8 on MySpace. 100%.
Are you going to take the over on 0.5 IL stints rest of season?
Yeah, 100% over.
1.5 over under.
Under. I'll give him one more. He's already had one. He's good for 2 every year.
Yeah.
2. There you go. All right. Since we're talking about betting, we might as well talk about the best bets
of the day
with Joey P and the Welsh. Let's start with Manny Machado, who is actually going against Sandy Alcantara tonight. Career batting average against Alcantara, 667, with a 1400 OPS. So let's look for Manny to drive in a run today at plus 135. Also, St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. Michael is on the mound plus 100. And then I'm going with another simple money line bet with Hunter Green on the mound, minus 118. That's a pretty decent number. So keeping it simple. Ellie's hot. Hunter Green's back. Let's go. So 2 money line bets and a Machado RBI. Welsh, what do you have for the people?
We are going to kick it out. We did this last week. We got a plus money number, which made us feel a little bit better, but we're at it again. Paul Skeens is an almost even money through the first 5. So we're going Pittsburgh first 5 money line. Obviously, them offensively is a little bit of a worry. And the Diamondbacks have a big power offense. Zach Allen's on the mound. Zach Allen has been super inconsistent. You're getting 122 EVs off of O'Neal Cruz. I worry about that for Zach Allen when he starts to try to throw that change up early and counts that he gets to him. But really, this is also about Paul Skeens holding down a Diamondbacks offense that has been kind of Corbin Carroll, he just did a homer, but he's been a little bit struggling. Ketel Marte has had a day off. He should be back into the game. But regardless of it, I think I want to just back Paul Skeens through the first 5. So if we can be tied, we push. Otherwise, the struggles of Zach Allen versus Paul Skeens' dominance, I'm going to do that. Pittsburgh first 5 money line. That's my favorite play of the day. We're also going to go with the Padres and the Marlins over 8.5 total runs. Mainly because we've got Sandy Alcantara, who has been super inconsistent through the entire season. I mean, he can go 4, giving up no earned runs, and then all of a sudden he's going to give up 5. You also got Kyle Hurt on the mound, which I don't think is something that is going to hold down a whole bunch of runs. So 8.5 seems really good here. So minus 105, we're going to play that as well. And a plus money play, the New York Yankees run line. That is to win by 2 runs, plus 102 for the Yankees, who have got the Angels and Yusei Kikuchi today. I think Aaron Judge is going to get to him. I think the Yankees are going to score some runs, and they're going to win by 2. So it's a run line play with an over on San Diego, Miami, and Pittsburgh first 5 money line.
There you have it. Don't forget, everybody, go to fantasypros.com/leading off so you can place your first bet on FanDuel for $5. If it wins, you get $250 in bonus bets. And while you're betting, you might as well have the best tools on the planet at your fingertips. So download the Betting Pros app today. Get a 7-day free trial. When you use that promo code leading off, you unlock exclusive betting tools like the prop bet cheat sheet for baseball, the Betting Pro system, same game parlay builder, sharp AI, and so much more. Do it today. Betting Pros Premium is at your fingertips, ready to go. Just download the app. All right, let's look at the home run board. I did not go yard yesterday because Ketel Marte was sick. I had football practice, so by the time I got home, I realized he wasn't playing. It was over for me already, so whatever. So the Welsh is at 16, Penguin is at 19, George still at the top with 25. It's getting lonely at the top for George. Everybody else at 22 or less right now. I'm stuck at 12, so I need 4 more to get on the board. The winner gets a Sammy Sosa jersey from pristineauction.com. Again, go check out Pristine Auction today. I'm going with Manny Machado. That's where I'm going with today. That's right. Plus 500. I gave you the numbers. Let's do it. Welsh, where are you going for your home run call?
I am going to go with Aaron Judge. I'm going to pull a Joey P and get me back on the board. Give me Judge or Ohtani on it. But again, I pointed out Yusei Kikuchi is going to get to today. I think Aaron Judge will be the gotter, and Aaron Judge is going to be my play.
You keep making up words all show.
It's fun.
I was looking at him earlier because I'm not above taking a star. His numbers, he does have 2 home runs, but he's a career 200 hitter in 25 at bats against Kikuchi. So not as dominant as you think, necessarily. You see the lefty on the mound, you're right.
Yeah.
So that gave me pause. I was like, wow, you only a 200 hitter against Kikuchi. I thought that was.
I probably would have gone to your game had you not. To be honest with you, I like the Machado call. Tatis, I think, is pretty interesting. But I decided to move to a completely different game. But I like your call in it. But we're going to try to go with an easy play.
Watch the weather here on the East Coast, too. It's not too great. We opened up the pool. It's been raining basically ever since. It's
I looked at the weather report. Almost every single game has got some rain chance outside of the Marlins game. That's the only one that's got 0 precipitation. Every other game has got some varying degrees of wind and some type of precipitation if it is outside.
Our friend Van Rod has a question. Dropping Meyer for Ciccone or Horton or holding on? Not for Slade. For Horton, I think I would. I like the Cubs situation better too.
Especially if it's a 10-team. I'm not sure you're giving me 10-team vibes with those options, but
it doesn't feel like
it feels more 12-y, but I might do that for Horton because I think he's kind of locked himself in. And offense better with the Cubs versus what the Marlins are putting out there. So I'll go with Horton.
The Geek wants to know Barger with a 95 AEV, 116 max EV. Why are we really not excited about him? Well, I mean, we did discuss him on one of the shows.
Yeah, we did. I think
the waiver wire show.
We did a waiver wire video on Addison Barger and how really incredible the underlying stuff is looking right now.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what this we is that we're talking about.
It's come down. I just want to point out, like, it's come down a little bit, but 57% hard hit rate, 11% barrel rate. He's hitting the ball crazy hard. And, the counting stats don't even reflect it right now. If he keeps getting playing time, 100%.
Here's one from Cartez. Ben Brown or Birdsong rest of season?
Birds. You're not a Birds. I'm the Birdsong guy, so I sing the Birdsong
here. That's right. And here's one more from Ryan again. Sell low or hold Michael Harris? Welsh, I'll let you take this one, Michael Harris. We were buying him a week ago.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to stick. I'm trying to pull up his stuff here. 223, 9 stolen bases, 3 homers. Profile's been a little bit weird this year, but he's not striking out as much. Almost you wonder if he's trying to become a different type of player, but I'm going to buy on Michael Harris. Acuna back, just kind of gets that offense revving a little bit more. People are really that, like, I would much rather buy that current level of Harris than selling and getting what? Like, I'm not even sure what are you getting for Michael Harris at this point. So that's like a hold/buy. How
do you say this one?
Keep holding Mizorowski?
No, the name of the person.
Oh,
Mizorowski, you dumbass.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not looking at his name. I see Mizorowski in there. I'm like,
I like
Joe's
to say
struggling.
The names of the fans of the show who ask the questions, who take the time out of their busy schedules and days to join us. But this is like, I need to buy a vowel here.
Gurn and what? 09?
Gurn and what?
Well, there's a G in there, not a V.
There's a niner. It actually is a niner.
Can I get a niner?
It's a niner. Are you keep holding Mizorowski or pick up Weathers? Last one.
I think I want to hold hold on to Mizorowski.
I want to hold Mizorowski too. Now, look, if you got questions and you need answers, join us today live 4 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel, Fantasy Pros MLB. Subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss it, you don't forget. Every Wednesday we take your questions live for about an hour. So get your fantasy baseball questions in, join the channel, hang out with us, and that'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for the Welsh. I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Have you or a friend been injured in an accident at a ballpark? Call us.
We got you covered on the base today.
That's right. Welsh and I will help you get you cash.
90 feet from home.